We were lucky, and I use that word literally, enough to get Senator Ron Johnson from Wisconsin to comment on my column that I wrote yesterday and the investigations by the House. First, I have to ask you, you are the ranking member of the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, which I think is the most important Senate committee in existence because you have oversight on corruption, okay? And you're the second ranking member. If the Senate goes to the Republicans in 24, you'll be the chairman. The chairman now is Richard Blumenthal, the liberal Democrat from Kentucky. He doesn't want any part of this Biden stuff, correct?
No, he doesn't. And last time we were in the majority, I was chairman of the full committee, the Committee on Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs. I was working with Senator Grassley, then chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and we were investigating Hunter Biden. I did not have the support of my Republican colleagues on my committee, or we didn't have the support of our conference to, for example, subpoena the Bidens. Thought it was too political in 2020.
Why didn't the Republicans on your committee support you in issuing the subpoenas?
They thought it was too political during a political campaign.
So they thought the American people would see it as a political thing and go against the Republican Party. That's it.
Right. We issued our report in September of 2020. It was widely ignored by the media, but all through 2020, both Senator Grassley and I were accused by the media, by our Democrat colleagues, of soliciting and disseminating Russian disinformation, even though our report was completely based on U.S. records, Treasury records, suspicious activity reports. In September 2020, we laid out the vast web of foreign financial entanglements, the millions of dollars of transactions with CEFC, Burisma, Russia. We pretty well laid this out. The House is building on the record we provided, but the FBI was completely unhelpful. They sabotaged our efforts as well.
Unbelievable. So have you ever talked to Blumenthal about, I know there's a collegiality in the Senate, and there should be. I mean, you guys need to talk to each other, and you don't want to be yelling at each other. It's not the Civil War, the run up to the Civil War. But have you ever talked to Blumenthal and say, look, just for the American people's sake, let's try to clarify all of these unanswered questions about the Biden family finances? Have you said that to him?
Senator Blumenthal wrote an article that the Washington Post ran in 2020, again, accusing us of soliciting Russian disinformation. And said that
he hasn't changed his mind.
Yeah.
He hasn't changed.
He literally said the CIA thought I was so dangerous they wouldn't even brief me. They wouldn't brief us because we'd already been briefed, for example, on Andrei Teleshenko. So no, Bill, throughout 2020, the media, our Democrat colleagues were interfering in our, and then the FBI were interfering in our investigation.
And nothing's changed.
Disclosing what was happening with the Bidens.
Nothing's changed, even though we have whistleblowers. We have nothing's changed at all. Nothing. They don't, not interested, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, did you know about Fatima Graves, the wife of the U.S. attorney that we uncovered has visited the Biden White House 28 times, and her husband, Matthew Graves, refused to cooperate with the U.S. attorney in Delaware on the Hunter Biden situation? Did you know about Fatima Graves?
No, that was your scoop, and that's why we need investigative reporters like yourself to help us. We need the whistleblowers. And we are fortunately getting more and more whistleblowers. We have people like you that are digging up this information, building on the evidence that Senator Grassley and I put out there. But Bill, there are literally three scandals here. You have the Biden family corruption. You have the corruption of the FBI and Department of Justice. And then you, of course, have the corruption of the complicit and corrupt mainstream media who won't cover this story.
It is very troubling to people, and I'm going to take ideology out of this. I mean, we want an honest country. It's beyond any reasonable doubt the FBI has been corrupted. It's beyond any reasonable doubt they have been corrupted. And now you have the media. There's nothing anybody can do about the media because the First Amendment protects the media. The corporations have taken it over, and independent journalists like me have to do the heavy lifting now because the corporations order their people not to. There's nothing anybody can do about that, but you can do stuff about the Attorney General of the United States, Merrick Garland. So this brings me to impeachment. You have access to the Republican-controlled House. Is that bubbling up, impeachment against Merrick Garland?
I think it's a real possibility. We're going to have to sort out who's telling the truth between David Weiss and Merrick Garland when Merrick Garland said that he had complete authority. And then David Weiss, of course, wrote 2 letters to Jim Jordan that are also contradictory. That in one case said that he had full authority, and then he hedges his bets on June 30th. The problem, Bill, is that the process has been set up, the procedures within FBI and the Department of Justice to basically insulate themselves from scrutiny. You said it earlier in your opening there. They always use the excuse, well, there's an active investigation, so we can't share this information with Congress. Now, we were frustrated because we had the John Durham investigation. And so we couldn't get the documents that we had subpoenaed Christopher Wray to turn over, even though the President of the United States, Donald Trump, wanted those documents turned over. So again, the Department of Justice, the FBI have insulated themselves from effective scrutiny. And how do you investigate the premier investigatory agency of
Congress has to do it. It's the only body that can do it.
Hold accountable the chief law enforcement.
Let me offer this. Let me offer this because I know you talked to Comer and Jordan and all of those people. You've got a situation where Merrick Garland, under oath, tells the House, "Look, I gave Weiss full authority in this investigation." He's under oath saying that, right? 2 U.S. attorneys were requested in writing. Matthew Graves, who's we referred to with his wife Fatima going to the White House 28 times, and Martin Estrada in California, because her allegations that Hunter Biden received foreign money in both of those places. Weiss asked both of those U.S. attorneys to cooperate, partner with him. They refused. Merrick Garland could have ordered them to cooperate. Merrick Garland is their boss. That's where you go. That's how you get Garland.
Well, and now we also have the IRS whistleblower,
Okay, but wait. Well, let's get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Because Garland's hanging out there now. You see what I mean? This is what frustrates me. He's hanging out there saying, oh no, Weiss had full authority when he himself could have ordered those 2 men to cooperate with Weiss and did not. Right. Now, cover up is,
the reason I mentioned Shapley is he was in the meetings where basically Weiss said, I don't have the authority. So we've got, I think, enough evidence that the House should hold hearings, impeachment hearings, not only on Garland. They ought to hold impeachment hearings on Mayorkas and also on Anthony Blinken, who lied to my investigators when he said he never emailed Hunter Biden. Bill, there is so much here.
Oh, I know.
To really hang these guys on. But unfortunately, I lost my chairmanship. We don't have the subpoena authority. And as you said, Blumenthal, Wyden, these folks have no interest. Gary Peters, they have no interest in investigating this. So we have to rely on the House. And by the way, we're working with Comer and Jordan to provide what information we know to help them prepare for their interviews.
The chairman of the Fed is promising more pain ahead. Last year, stocks dropped a whopping 20%. 2023 could be worse. You are right to be worried. So call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Since I've been a client and spokesperson, the price of gold has appreciated more than 35%. So please call today and they'll have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers and have the highest rating in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Please tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201. That's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, Please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.